Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Friday, December 29th, 2017. As you can see, the sun is up and it's out. We are getting some sun on the solar panels today, which is a nice thing. Came out this morning and I cleaned them off. There was probably I don't know, maybe just a dusting of snow on everything. So I cleaned those off, and we've been actually bringing in power today, which is a nice thing. Last night when I left for work, it was minus 12 degrees. So, and then by this morning when I came home, it had warmed up to a whopping 0. So, wonderful. It's like about 12 degrees right now. So, it's that time of year, you know. I mean, what are you going to do? Hold on. There's something on. Hold on a second, guys. I apologize. Okay, that's better. So anyway, it's definitely, we are in a cold snap right now. I know that the 10-day forecast, I think the highest temperature in the next 10 days is, they said 18 is going to be the highest temperature that we're going to have. So, but it's weird. It's like, even though like right now today, it's like I said, it's about 12 degrees out right now, it doesn't feel that bad. There's no wind, so that's a good thing, and the sun is out. So I definitely like being outside a little bit if I can, even if it's for a short period of time, just to feel that sun on my face, because we don't get a lot of sunshine. This time of year we have a lot of overcast, cloudy days. But I'm going to turn this around real quick again so you can see. But as you can see, it's nice and clear blue skies today, which is nice. No snow's melting. This is way too cold. What happens with the panels, I'll explain that a little bit too. Any snow that's on the panels, what happens is when the panels heat up, once they're cleared off, that really melts any excess snow that is on the panels. So that's kind of what happens with those. So anyway, I wanted to do a video today and talk about what I think is kind of an important subject. When do you start rationing food after an S.H.T.F event? Okay, so I'm definitely going to want your guys' feedback. I want to hear what your thoughts on this are. So now I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I think that after an event happens and you realistically are going to have no idea how long that event is going to be. So you don't know if you're going to be down for a week, 10 days, 6 weeks, or 6 months, or forever. So you have no idea, realistically, unless you have some form of comms where you can get out with a CB radio or a ham radio or something and try to find out information of what's going on around you. Otherwise, you're kind of like in your little bubble of where you are, and you have no idea, okay? So my thought process is you start rationing food right away. You restrict how much you're bringing in. You don't keep eating like you've been eating all along, okay? So you're going to have to realistically, if you haven't already done this, you should definitely do this. Have an inventory of exactly what you have. That way you know what you're looking at, what you have, and then you can kind of basically plan it out as far as meals and how long it's going to last, and obviously how many people are in your group as well. Now I'm going to tell you right now, and I've said this in other videos before, you are going to end up with people in your group that you did not expect to be in your group, okay? So please plan accordingly. Have that extra food. If you have 8 people in your group and you say, okay, we got enough food for 8 people for a year or 18 months, and now you add 4 more people onto that group that you didn't expect to have, but now you have in your group, your resources have just been diminished greatly. So my thing is, and I'm a big believer in this, and I do it myself, I plan for having way more people than I had anticipated, and that does 2 things for me, okay? It gives me a whole lot more food to work with, and it gives me options. And having options in an S.H.T.F event is going to be very, very important. Being able to be a little charitable if you can be, or if you choose not to be. Again, these are all going to be individual calls when you get to that point. I can't tell you what the best thing for you to do. You have to go with your heart. You have to go with how you feel. If you feel you're wasting your time helping Joe Blow down the street, who really has never had anything to do with you and has not prepared it all himself, what do you owe him, okay? That's your call. So I mean, I'm going to cast judgment on nobody on that aspect, but I believe food rationing is going to have to start right away. You're going to need to have an inventory, know what you have, and then realistically say, okay, this is how many calories we're going to take in each day. And, and depending, here's the thing too, what you got to think about. You're going to be having a lot more labor intensive activity, okay? So you're going to be burning a lot more calories. You're not going to be eating the crap that we normally eat on a daily basis. Going down and getting your McDonald's or your Burger King, and those are going to be days of the past, okay? So hopefully in your group you have somebody that knows how to hunt, somebody who knows how to fish. All those type of things are going to be very, very important because they're going to add extra bonus to what you already have in your food preparations. Okay, having a large seed vault, if you will. I have a tremendous amount of seeds, and I add to my seeds every single year because seeds are only going to be good for so long, and I freeze them. So, that's something else that I do that's going to help prolong the life of those seeds. And I want to always make sure that I have those because like I said, you just don't know. And so making sure you have different options and choices is going to be very, very important. Like I said, realizing that if S.H.T.F hit the fan in the wintertime, if it hit the fan for us this time of year, there's no foraging for wild edibles this time of year for us. You're not going to get out there and get your greens, and you're not going to be able to, pick the wild strawberries and the raspberries and the apples and the pears and cherries or whatever other fruit trees that you have. So you need to plan ahead for those type of things. But so rationing is going to be definitely a very, very important thing right from the very beginning, because especially if it's a winter event, if you haven't prepared really well enough, you're going to be limited in your diet. And that's why, and I've said it many, many times, it's very important to have options as far as your diet and have spices that you can have, as well, and stuff like that. So that's very, very important. I think what I'm going to do here too, just to jump off track here a second. A lot of people have been asking, for the address to send flags and stuff like that. I mean, and I'll comment on your questions, and I'll let you know where to send them. But I may end up throwing our PO box address on the homepage of my channel, so just so that it's there if anybody wanted to send a flag out and stuff like that. And there's been a lot of responses, and I will get to them today, hopefully, of people wanting to send out flags. So first of all, guys, thank you very, very much. And I was corrected. It's not the flag of Great Britain, it's the flag of the UK. So I do apologize for misspeaking on that one. I want that flag again, please. So if somebody would like to send me that flag, I would love to have it again. As well as the Dutch flag. Somebody's already sending me the Canadian flag, which is cool. So, like I said, I love it. Like I said, we are a family, and people, I think a lot of people don't realize that. It doesn't matter if you're white, red, yellow, black, green, or orange, okay? We are all human beings. We all bleed red when you cut us. So we're all connected, and that DNA strand all the way goes back and it's connected, okay? So, just because we're from different countries and whatever, it doesn't make any difference. We are a huge family around the world. Preppers and off-gridders, we are a very small percentage of that world population. So I really believe that we all need to stick together and support each other. Shouldn't be hating on each other at all. We should definitely be supporting each other and encouraging each other, and and that's what it really is all about. Guys, and I've said this before. This lifestyle is not an easy lifestyle. You're trying to work full time, raise kids, and then do stuff around your property or your homestead and make things better. And like I said, it's a lot of work, but at the same time, it's very, very rewarding. It's a lot of peace of mind. We will be adding more fruit trees in the spring as well. I will probably, for the next 20 years, if I am alive, which I plan on being alive a lot longer than that, I will add 4 to 5 fruit trees and bushes of, raspberries and or blueberries or whatever other bushes that I decide to throw in here. I do plan on continuing to add every single year, so that down the road as the trees mature and grow. This year I expect we'll get more pears. We'll get more cherries off the cherry trees. So those things are going to definitely happen. And the new trees that we had planted last year, those could put in a couple of peach trees and a couple of plum trees. Now the one plum tree died, unfortunately, but the other ones are doing fine. And so I don't know if we'll get any plums or peaches this year coming up, but maybe the next year. So every year that's going to be better and better as well. So we're going to have our own fruit source every year. And like I said, we're adding chickens this year coming up. So this is going to be an exciting year. I mean, I'm really excited where things go, what we accomplish, and you guys are a huge part of that. You're a huge support to me and the kids, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the encouragement. Listen, and I've said this before, okay, and I am 100% honest with this. If I can do this with minimal skills starting out, anybody can do this, okay? I wish that I was a master carpenter because things would be so much easier, but that's not the case, So a lot of things I'm learning as I go, and that's okay. With building a chicken coop, I'm doing that with Greg so that I can learn too. I want to learn. I have no problem learning anything. Any skill that you can learn and make yourself better, that's a good thing. This year coming up is going to be real exciting. Hopefully the tomatoes will do better this year and we can can up a whole ton of tomatoes because I love having tomatoes, putting it in a sauce and stuff like that. And there's nothing like it. There really isn't, especially when everything is homemade and you've done it yourself. That is absolutely the best. So anyway, guys. I definitely want your feedback. What you think, when is the time to start rationing, and how much you should ration. What should your minimum be as far as intake? And again, a lot of that's going to come down to what is being done and accomplished around your homestead and your, whatever you're working on at that time. So those things got to be taken into consideration too. If you're doing a lot of physical labor, you're going to be burning a lot more calories, so you're going to need to be eating more. So those are things to think about as well. So anyway, on that note, I am going to jump off of here. I have they're calling it the holiday party for work. That is tonight, and I'm going to that, so I think that should be fun, should be entertaining, and so I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. And it's really important. A lot of people don't think about that until it's too late. And I've had several people comment to me, about that and how it really hit home, especially after, a tragedy in the family. And, you need to tell these people while they're alive how you feel. You really do. And when you hold grudges and hatred against family members, here's the thing is, you have to let things go. You don't have to forget. You don't have to put yourself in a position again to be hurt again, okay? That trust is a very delicate thing, and it's earned. But if you forgive and you have some kind of a relationship with that individual, even if it's a very casual relationship, at least you have some kind of closure. And the last thing that you had with that person was not hate in your heart. Okay, so I think that's important as well. And remember, guys, STD. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, it doesn't necessarily have to be living off grid. It doesn't necessarily have to be prepping. It could be whatever your goals and your aspirations are, what you want to do, what people tell you you cannot accomplish, what you cannot do. Show them. Prove to them that they're wrong, okay? And don't do it for them. Don't ever do it for anybody else. Do it for yourself. That's the important thing, doing it for yourself. And, with what we've done here, I'm putting myself in a situation so that when I retire, that I can be as pretty self-sufficient as I can be by that point. And, I've got a little ways to go yet. So, we are making great progress up here, and there is a lot to do. And I'm going to continue working on things, and that's what it's all about. Okay? So anyway, guys, listen, I will talk to you all tomorrow. I hope your weekend is going to be awesome. I hope mine is. So anyway, I will talk to you all later. And the kids are going to be home all weekend. Their mom is sick, so she's not going to get them this weekend. So, and that's okay. That happens. They're my babies, and I love them, and I'm happy to have them home. So, I will talk to you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.